All right, so as I allow this all to get fired up, I'm going to check some settings here and make sure things are in place. Share out through some social. So this is part of the growth that is so hard for so many people to understand, even myself, to grasp that, man, there is so many layers going on that, to be able to be successful. And being a one-man show at this point, it kind of makes it difficult for a and I'm not good at multitasking, but I am making a quick invitation. All this probably could have been done in advance, but I'm on the fly right now. I mean, truly, none of this has been scripted and that's fine. It's becoming more natural and what I'm doing, and stop controlling it. So now that that has been sent to at least Facebook, social media, sorry for, I just want to take a little bit of time, also making sure that all my lights and everything, checks and balances, look good. Sound is good. If anybody does jump on, if you happen to join and the background music is a little too loud, a little too loud, or gosh, I don't know if it's just the light reflecting, or so if the background music is a little loud, if it's not something that really fits the vibe, or I'm not saying this will be always forever, and even how I'm engaging, that I will do this as a overall continued process, but just really trying to touch base. I know I've had some feedback on my process and the chaos that moving from the past that I was under, and I want to first of all apologize for my lack of being able to stay in a state of peace and happiness and love, and creating an environment of what felt like chaos. And I say not just to me. I mean, I was just doing and going, and I'm reading, and you're supposed to do things this way when you're a podcaster, or you're trying to be an influencer. And I got so far off of being who I am and what me as a being, we're human beings. Why are we called a human being? We're not human tryings. We're not human thinkings. No, we're here to be. And I was so trying to put myself in a box and in a mold and in a system. And I was uncomfortable. I felt out of sorts. It wasn't natural. Like I had to perform. And stepping back now, I see that this is exactly what happens, and once in a while we'll get where we're comfortable. But what creates somebody as in a job world, in the working world, that stands out a little bit is somebody who breaks the mold, who dares say, I know this is how you do something and what the normal expectation is, but I respect that. I think I can get to the same accomplishment a little bit different, and in that embracing the creator inside of themselves, they become unique and with their own little touch added to it. This light looks a little bit off. I don't normally feel like I'm this color, but anyway, so thank you if anybody dares watch from my socials. I know there's so many people that, oh man, I better click on this Tony's wanting me to. I don't want you to do things out of obligations. I do not want to personally live in a state of feeling like an obligation is something that moves me because I'm obligated. Expectations and obligations, so part of what is wrong with this world when we start understanding that not quite okay to have an expectation projected on somebody else. And why? It's okay to ask. It's okay to offer. But at the point that something is an expectation, it immediately becomes a demand and a shift in energy. And what happens is, if you can even place in your own lives, you might be like, oh man, I know this person, they're on hard times, whatever, and I'm going to extend myself, a part of who I am. You're doing that willingly. And their car's broken. They need a ride. So you offer a ride. And it's good. It feels good, man. I'm making a change. I'm doing something because I want to. And then a week passes and you're just, you're starting like, oh, man, you start hearing in the back of your head things that are voices or energy. And is it just you're hearing it inside? Or is it a change where it went from the person who you were blessing changed a little bit, where they were like, oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you for coming and picking me up. I didn't know how I was going to get to work. And that energy that they are putting out changes to a point of an unappreciated expectation, something that is a shift in our energies. Now, the person that's given the ride is they're feeling a little aware, like, man, this is starting to weigh on me a little bit. I know I offered, but dang it, when are they going to get their car fixed? When are they going to make some, effort to, a couple dollars for gas, something, where the other person's just like, man, I have to hurry up. I know they're going to be here. They're just starting to become comfortable in that solution that was given to them, that blessing, and they take it for granted. And in that moment, that energy shift, I believe, is when the blessing that the original person had given and the appreciation as it was received in the person's heart, the energy kind of dissipated. Was it because the person's desire to do it stopped, changed? Is it because the unappreciative passenger, coworker stop appreciating? I can't say 100%. I mean, I believe, and I believe my truth is that I think that it stopped because of the change. It became an expectation, and then it felt like obligation. Man, I hope this information helps people, truly. So living in a state of, I don't want to say responsibility, but it is very paralleled, so much one and the same of a beast, where we're doing stuff because it's our responsibility, I think is what we like to say. Yeah, there's a lot of truth to that. But understand, it's not that it's the responsibility that is the part that is not blessing you. It's when you work all day, you get home, maybe you're a single parent, maybe you're a spouse, and you just want to kick back yourself and relax. But you know what? As the partner that you've been when you first got together, you were like, man, I want to do this for, my spouse, and I'm going to make dinner, make it, special. And that person received it, but then all of a sudden now, weeks, months, years later, here you are, had the worst day at work, and now you get home and this energy changes out inside. You're just like, I just want some time for me. I know other person's in there, they're watching TV, doing whatever it is that they think is good for them. I'm stuck in this feeling like I'm doing this because who's going to feed him or her? When did that change? Probably when the person got comfortable, that maybe on the couch, when the appreciation turned into an expectation. Stop that. Stop turning your blessings that somebody is giving to you into an expectation, because you're taking away the blessing that they receive by doing it. And it becomes a burden. Should we dare do that? Changing the absolute fabric. Doing the same things. I don't know. I wasn't doing anything different. I got home that first day and I just went in and I was able to put on the TV. You know how long it's been since I was able to do that? So, that being said, me moving forward, this podcast and where I'm at, it is a part of me. It's a passion. There was a little bit of this past week as I took on a new job and tried to become, that little bit of who I'm trying to give to the world so I can receive money. I mean, I don't really, I'd rather sit here and work on things that are of substance and difference that it makes. Putting in a furnace for some, sure, that's helping. I'm not saying I'm not contributing, but it's so far from the path that I need to be doing. And that very change in taking that, trying to make sure I'm able to make a little bit of money to be able to continue forward on this planet. I mean, it's unfortunate, but it's the fact of the matter. We have to play by the rules that are in front of us. And the system that has been established, just because I am pointing it out, or just because doesn't mean that it's not something that you still have to conform to in small capacities, but learning how to make changes and the realizations that, wow, I've never really thought about that, but do I really need all them coffees or whatever it may be? That's not the only thing, but so many small actions can amount to such a large impact. Everything that we consumes us. Think about it. We are in a consumer world. You understand that? What we've been placed into? If something consumes, what does it mean? I take that. It's for me. I want it. I need it. Most of the time we don't need it. And when we consume something, it becomes a part of us. Meaning that if something is a part of us, it becomes a little bit of us and takes from us and gives to us. Is it giving something that is beneficial? I'm not saying that. I'm not speaking to that. Is it adding something to us? What I am saying is, when we buy something with money, what is that costing? You just said it. You buy it with money. What is money? Well, it's what I go to work for. So the things that you so nonchalantly decide you want to buy, maybe it's that hat that you see that's like, man, I'm going to look so cute in that. That's for a girl. So if you're watching this, hopefully, dude, and maybe you just, maybe you feel you're cute in that hat. I'm not here to judge that. But manly men, manly men, I got a lot to talk to you about eventually. So it consumes us. What do you mean? Think about your day at work. Maybe, and I'm just going to use round numbers. I'm sure these aren't totally accurate to what you income, but we'll just say your day's labor, and I can't say, I can look it up. I should be better prepared on some of this. Labor, to me, when I think of labor, I'm thinking work. I'm thinking of the process of childbirth, labor. And labor is painful for, that childbirth process. So when we buy something, you make $100 for your time. Well, yeah, I work 8 hours. Well, is that all? Well, no, I get half an hour lunch break, so 8.5 hours. What's your travel time? Well, I guess if you consider that, I got an hour there, hour back. So, I got 2 hours on top, 10.5. Okay. At the start of your day, how much time did it take you? How much time did you devote to getting to that point? Well, I guess if you think about it, I was about an hour to get myself out of bed, move in, get ready. I think that's a fair number. Okay, so we're at 11.5. When you got home, what did you do? Oh my gosh, I was so exhausted. I sat down and, I vegged out for maybe half an hour. I don't know if you see what I'm saying. Let's just say, and I know it's not 100% and it's not equal for everybody, but let's just say 12 hours. Travel time, and that might not, you may have a 10-minute, 5 minute, maybe you work where you live. But not everybody does. But if it costs you 12 hours of your time, just use 8 hours of sleep, which myself, I don't usually get, but sometimes I do. The 12 plus 8 is 20, hour to 4 hours. What consumed that other 4 hours? How much of you, who you are, consumed it? The materialistic things that we buy are all eating a portion of that time, because we had to do that. We had to invest that to be able to make the money so we could survive. So the next time you feel like I don't have any time to do what I need for me, start weighing the things that you are spending your money on, which is time traded for. When I was younger and involved in a system, whatever pyramid system, I don't see it. I think the whole world is built on a system of pyramid. Every business, everything. The information that was shared and received was, I guess I don't even remember where I was going with it. Now I have to play that back. There's a lot of information there. That's why I can't get so deep in thought. I just need to let it flow. But sorry, trying to think. I'm not able to reclaim it. So the point being, we sacrifice our whole lives. Cut back a little bit. Stop spending more than we're making, because you know what we're doing? We're creating a system we are a slave to. I'm not trying to make anybody feel a certain way about the choices that they make and why they do it, because you know what, the easiest, quickest way to lose the ability to be connected with people when you're in commune with them, if you're in this type of an environment, teaching, sharing, is to strike a nerve. It's like an immediate disconnect. Like, you could be so much in tune, vibrating and feeling in your heart everything that's being said, and then one thing, one statement can strike a nerve. Total disconnection. All progress made forward can be instantaneously dismissed. So the care and presentation and things I'm saying, I am trying my best to not strike nerves. I'm going to strike nerves, I promise you. Why? Because I'm not only attacking the beliefs that we are programmed to be a part of, a system that we have no choice but to play in. If we want to be something in this world, And I say, if we wanna, that's what we think. Those things are undeniably a part of who we are. Meaning, they're ingrained in us. The ones that may have been so inconsiderate of other beings that they would think that to imprison them in something that I will constantly refer to as system. How dare you be my keeper? How dare you expect that? How should I have to live an obligation because of that? Just such small changes in the direction that we're walking as a humanity, where we stop being humanity. We start being human. To be a human is to be a human being. We're so missing the mark. Goodness. So take some time and think about the things that you buy. Yes, we're going to justify it. It's hard changes. The things that I'm asking you to truly start to change. If I can offer just a little bit of hope from me, from my being, a person, a being. No, this is what I am. I am investing who I am from my being to you. Free yourself. You're in there. You are. Some of what I will cover in the information that part of it is just part of my path that I have walked, things that I've had to endure and understand, things that I wouldn't do unto others if they were not truly something that maybe as I was doing it or going through the process, I was like, ugh. But after getting to the finish of the 7-hour race, if you will, I don't want to just go to my car and be like, oh my gosh, poor me. I want to get to that finish line and I want to start cheering. And I don't think there's ever a finish line, but I want to start cheering you on, bringing some re-energetic feeling of, oh gosh, I can do this. Because along the path, we start to lose our own confidence, our own faith. And I thought this was going to be easy. We need to learn to be the cheerleaders, if you will, to be the encouragers, the uplifters, the ones that I can't take that person to that point, but I'm going to do the best I can to be that bridge between, to reach down, help pull that person up a little bit. And can I bring them all the way up to this point? I'm not saying that it's not your job, but you can reach your hand out. And if they reach out for your hand and you're able to make that connection and you can start the process equally, If you're just lifting, it's dead weight. When somebody you're trying to lift and, starts like pulling themselves up, as well, movement happens, energy happens. So as I get ready to close this out, I speak into you. I speak words of love, of hope. Change is scary. We stay where we are most times, whether it be in our environment around us physically and our careers, because although I might not like it, I know it. To know something brings a state of, I want to say peace, but acceptance that we can tolerate. Because I've been able to tolerate it. I mean, I know every day I gripe about it, but it's still tolerable. By making a choice starts with a choice. Everything starts with the ability to say, I am. I want to. I will try. Wanting and trying are not being. Be something. Be a human being. You're not a human trying. You're not a human want. Say it with me. What are you? What are you? I am a human being. Live it. The only way change happens is when change happens within you. You have to. That's for other people. Yeah, that's what's wrong with this world. It's always somebody else's problem. Lastly, and just because this come to me, and I know I interject so much and get so far off the beaten path, this whole metamorphosis, when I took the caterpillar that I was and I went inside a cocoon and I dared tear apart every little piece of what I am. There's still more. I'm not saying I'm far from done. Still probably farther in the chrysalis than I realize. But I think at the same time, I am emerging. The taking that all down to a big goop inside and dismissing, that's no longer going to work for me. I don't want that in my life. I don't resonate. It doesn't push me forward from things that I love. 3D printers. I mean, I still have part of me like, why'd you get rid of those? They're a distraction. Did I enjoy it? Heck yeah. I can find that I can be entertained with the silliest of things for hours. A song that I like, lyrics are, I guess I don't even know the lyrics anymore. Basically, if you are bored, it's because you are a boring person. You have no ability to find excitement in what you're doing, passion. Bored people are boring. Gosh, I'm going to have to pull that out now. The point of it I want to spread difference. I want to make a difference. It started with me. it's always going to start with you. We can't change the world if we can't even take the time to look at ourselves and what are we doing? Are we expecting of people? Are we continuing to stay in states of obligation that are just creating a non-coherent vibration, an easy, unsettling point of state of our being? Start making changes. Well, I can't. You don't understand. I do understand. You're giving up. I'm not going to stand for it. But trust me, I've had many and still do. And this past week's shown me that I can easily, I'm so tired. I just want to like veg out, and I don't want to. There may be truth to that. I was tired. It was a transformation, but I was quickly falling back into a work routine. Supposed to work today, and not that they say I'm supposed to. I told the guy when I first started, I only want to work 20 to 30 hours a week. Why? Because I want to just sit and play video games, or I want to do something that I want to do. Getting too old. Life is too short. Please understand, I'm not saying what I'm saying to encourage you. Oh, he hit a nail on the head. I am so tired of making dinner. I work so hard. When I get out of work, I can't believe I'm stuck doing that. I'm not taking it anymore. Please hold the phone. How long have you been doing it? Too long. You don't understand. Now that you've shown me, I've seen, or maybe, as soon as you take that red pill, you can't unsee. You've shown me. That's the danger, I guess, of the walk that is moving forward. Please, even though, yes, I do not want or expect that somebody should expect or work in obligations. It's unhealthy. Change doesn't happen overnight. There's a right and a wrong way. I have a lot of information that requires change, but they're precursors, things that you really should hear and understand before you start ripping all the fabric out. Sometimes the best way to redo something is just to get messy and tear everything out and then redo it. I'm not going to say not. But being able to discern and all the noise and all the voices and things that we hear, not even just only in our internal self, by friends who are our family, who are onlookers to, observers of your situation, and they have their input and, whatever. Oh, I would not tolerate that man treating me that way. Or, dude, why are you letting her get away with that? They're not you. It's not their life. Yeah, but they're my friend. I mean, they wouldn't tell me. I've been witness so many times to people wanting to just be a manipulative, destructive influence because they're miserable. And you know what? although, yes, they're seeing something maybe that's good, their advice is not necessarily good. Begin to get fruit from something that actually is bearing fruit. If it does not align with the direction that you are trying to go, if you're looking at something like, man, this person is so successful and they're a millionaire, they've got a lot. Why wouldn't I listen to? They've had 6 divorces, estranged from family. You want relationship advice from this person? They may be good at making financial choices and influencing you in that capacity, but they don't bear the fruit in that area. So thank you. Thank you for coming and joining, maybe reviewing, maybe you can give input if you see this later. You know, I am curious on the audio. Is it corny? Is it adding substance? Is it taking away? Are there things? I welcome input. I'm somebody who I don't mind criticism. I don't mind criticism in a sense of constructive criticism, where if you see something that's not done right, don't just say, well, this is horrible. Well, what would be better? If you are just griping to gripe, it has no value, nor does it do any good. The path I walk is going to invite a lot of input, and I know I'm going to get a lot of things that I have to protect myself from. And remember that the old me cared what people thought on certain levels, but the new me, I'm not here to be a program puppet anymore, to do because something or someone else has set that upon me. Don't work. Not for me. So thank you. Thank you for your feedback. Thank you for taking time for your love, your support, for following and joining me on this journey, for hearing, not just with your ears, with your heart. For the true change comes when we first allow ourselves to become open-minded and to listen. And when I say listen, not just hear, listen. Not just listen as in like, wow, that guy. The change happens when we feel it inside. Something that is being spoken is resonating when they haven't said something that doesn't vibrate. I learn often from so many people, podcasts and stuff, and very regularly do I find like, man, there's some information that's good, but then there's so much that are just not in alignment with, maybe I'm just not there yet, or maybe it doesn't resonate with the truth that I've received or studied. Pardon me. But we can make a difference, and I'm going to make a difference. It's making a difference in who I am, and that's the most important part. I've been so blah the last week and a half, and part of it is this has been missing. Being able to work for you, to be I love you. In love, in love and peace.